Hi, my name's Ruan and this is my channel, The Yorkshire Sew Girl. Thank you for joining me today. It is September for all of us right now. However, in the UK, it is Scorchio. So it's a bit crazy here in the UK. I was kind of thinking that by the time I came to film this vlog, I'd be in my autumn clothes, but no such thing. So actually it's very, very appropriate what this vlog is all about. So for anybody who hasn't seen the title, this is basically a collab that I'm doing with the gorgeous Emma from So Do It Emma. And this has been some time coming. Let's just put it that way. So for a bit of context, last year sometime, I think it was in the summer last year, Emma sent me a picture of this fabric and she said, this fabric is right up your street. I think you should get some and I think we should do a collab together and let's try and do the same pattern, same fabric so that people can see what this pattern is like on different body figures. Because obviously I'm incredibly tall and I've got a thick waist and Emma's a very different proportion to me. And I don't know about you, but I really like to see the versatility of a pattern on lots of different body shapes. So I'll often go on to Instagram and have a really good look and then try and find if there's someone of a similar body type to me. But I think it's good to show the versatility of a pattern as to how it would look on different body shapes. You know, I think I'm a bit of a rectangle, but I don't know, there might be a bit of pear and a bit of apple thrown in. I've never really looked into it that much. However, we were going to originally make the Saguaro set, which was the suggestion by Emma. And at the time, I was really, really into it. That is a pattern, a two-piece pattern by Friday Pattern Company. If anybody hasn't seen it, I think you will have done because it was very, very popular. So I was like, do you know what? Yeah, let's do it. I was up for it at the time because it had just been released and I was really interested in the pattern. But then after a while, I was like, Emma, I just don't think it's for me. I'm just not sure. And then it became the autumn and, you know, winter. And then we were like, we really need to do this collab together. We really need to do this collab together. And then I think it was last month, Emma said, look, I'm going to crack on with mine because I need it for going away. I'm thinking about doing the Tammy handmade Rhea dress. And I said, oh, I love that. I've made that before. I'm totally up for that. I agree. The fabric would be perfection for that pattern. So that is what we've done. So let's talk about the fabric first. When Emma sent me a picture of her fabric, she bought it, I believe, I might be wrong here, from Jenny Stitches and said, go get some now. And who am I to argue when someone's telling me to get fabric, you know? But when I went over to the Jenny Stitches website, there wasn't enough left. So I managed to find at first for fabrics. And it is this gorgeous blue ditzy animal print, actually. It's like a cobalt blue viscose fabric and it feels divine. Now, you might have seen this fabric because it's been around quite a while, actually. And I've seen a lot of people on Instagram make things in this. And I think there's another colour variant. I think there's like a navy blue colour as well. Tempted with that one, thinking that might be quite nice for like autumn, winter, really, with it being a bit of a darker palette. Don't know, could be persuaded. If I can find the fabric, I will pop links down below if they've got it at Jenny Stitches and if they've got it at First for Fabrics. I'll bob it down so that you can go and have a look if you do want to partake in a little purchase. But yeah, I mean, it's perfect for this heat wave that we're having in the UK right now. It is literally gorgeous on the skin. It's very, very soft viscose and it's thick enough not to be see-through, but not too heavy. Does that make any sense? Anyway, it's chef's kisses, basically. So both myself and Emma have made up our Rhea dresses and she has shown me some photos and she looks amazing. Now, her photos are very glamorous because she's away at the time. Mine are in my living room, but, you know, we've got to work with what we've got at the end of the day, haven't we? Hey ho. So this is the pattern. It is the Rhea dress by Tammy Handmade, and how glorious does she look there? Gorgeous. So the description of it is, the Rhea dress is a loose fitting gathered dress pattern that has a relaxed and comfortable fit. The slip-on design has no tricky fastenings and is the perfect dress pattern for beginners. The bodice is semi-fitted and lined, with the dress having a looser fit on the waist and hips. This effortlessly stylish and comfy dress features a gathered skirt with a ruffle at the bottom that will stand out in your wardrobe. And I totally agree with that. So, where did I start? So I started with realising that I'd made one a few years ago. Now, I went looking for that dress. Could I find that dress? No, I think it might be in a box somewhere with like some old holiday clothes or something like that. I don't know what I've done with it, because I was kind of thinking, well, I'll be able to pop that on, crack on, I'll know exactly what I'm doing. I've put quite a bit of weight on since I made it last time, and I do remember it being too big for me. So this time I thought, do you know what? I think I'm going to be safe to just carry on with the size that I should be, that I've made before. So let's talk sizing. So it goes from a UK 6 to 24. I've got my pattern here, I'm just reading it out, which is a bust of 31 inches to 49, a waist of 24 inches to 42, and there is no hip measurement because it's a very loose style dress. And let me see, have I got the instructions here, if you can see a line drawing of it, that's better. So that is the line drawing. So this here is the front, which is like a V-neck, and then you've got like a scoop at the back, and it's got a big tier here and then a ruffle along the bottom. And this part here is lined. The other thing you can do with this is you can actually, instead of just having the 2 straps, you can have 4, and then you can tie it at the top, which is what I did on my last version because I was lazy and I didn't want to have to work out what height I wanted it. But it is supposed to come quite low cut down. So I should have been, let's talk sizing actually for what I should have been. So I should have been on the bust a size 18 and on the waist a size 20. But I knew I'd made a size 16 last time and it was too big for me then. But I've put a bit of weight on. Put a bit of weight on in the last couple of years. So I was like, do you know what? It's going to fit me, no problem. So I made a straight size 16. I was really pleased. I sent Emma the pictures and I was like, oh, I love this. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then I tried it on. Oh, it was massive on me. And I was like, oh, I don't really understand what's happening here. And also my straps were too long. And I should have tried it on as I was making it. I know I should. I know you're all screaming at me now. Why don't you try the bodice on? But I thought I knew what I was doing. I'd made it before. I knew what I was doing, but I really didn't. So yeah, so I'd already put everything together and then I tried it on, and here came right down so you could see my bra strap. This was down here so you could see my bra. So everything about the bodice section wasn't right, basically. Now, the adjustments that I'd already made to this pattern was I did add 1 inch to the bodice from memory from the last time I made it. I wanted it to be a little bit longer. And then I think that's the only thing I did actually with this. So I was determined to make this into a dress that I wanted to wear because I wouldn't have worn it at the size 16, even though that was a size or 2 down for me. So I unpicked it. One night I was on a Zoom with Tamlin and Rachel. I just spent the 2 hours unpicking everything, which was gutting because it had gone together like a house on fire. When I constructed it, it was perfect. Every part of it was perfection. It was brilliant. I didn't have to unpick anything. Everything pressed really beautifully. Everything was just great. It gathered really well, and then I had to unpick it. But anyway, the only issue then was once I'd unpicked the bodice, because it's lined, which makes it even more difficult. Obviously, you've got to try and then I had to try and adjust these because I wanted to decrease the length of these straps. And I'd understitched it as well. And you know what? I just thought, I can't be bothered with this. I'm not going to unpick all of this and then make it into a smaller size. I had a little bit of fabric left, just like a little ½ metre left. And I had just enough to cut another bodice out. So that's what I did. Because yeah, I was lazy basically. I'd had enough of unpicking. But I'm really, really glad I did. So what I did is, again, what is wrong with me? I got cocky. I thought, well, it's that big. I'm going to go down 2 sizes. I'm going to go down to a size 12 because I can do this. I know I can. It's that big. It's fine. I reduced the length of my straps and I made up a whole new bodice altogether. And then I put it on. It was a little bit tight. But I had had the foresight to try the bodice on before I'd attached it again to the gathered skirt. So I then unpicked the sides and I just did a much narrower seam allowance, if I remember. Yeah, I did a foot width of seam allowance instead of the normal seam allowance, like you do. And you know what? It ended up fitting me perfectly around here. It is supposed to be a loose dress. I'll stand up and just quickly show you. However, I will insert some photos as well, just so you can have a quick look at it. But oh, I do love it. So this is it. Sorry, you can't really see. Ooh, unless I go all the way back here. How swishy it is. Oh, gorgeous. And then this is the back. That was my foot on my mat, by the way. I wasn't doing a cheeky trunk, just so you know. But yeah, that's the back. And now it's a lot better under the arm as well, so you can't see any of my bra. And where it hits here is nice as well, because it's not actually hitting and seeing my bra there either. So I am actually super happy with it now, and I'm kind of thinking, do I want to cut another one out? I think I'm wanting to make all of the really nice summery dresses because it's so hot. I'm sweltering because I'm not opening that window because it's so noisy outside, and I don't want you guys having to deal with all that noise. But really, I need a big glass of water, which I did have, and now I don't have. I don't know where it's gone. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with mine. And I know Emma's happy with hers. And like I say, I've seen pictures of hers and they are gorgeous. So please do make sure that you pop over to Emma's channel. I will put her channel in the description box below so that you can go over and see what her dress looks like. But I do think it's quite nice that we've both got exactly the same dress. It's really cute. And I'm just so thankful that Emma came up with the whole thing and that she said in the end, okay, I'm going to do the Rhea dress. And I was like, do you know what? So am I. I'm really glad that we've managed to actually do something that's the same with the fabric, because that was our original plan. And I'm very glad that she sent me that message one day saying, this fabric has got your name all over it. Why have you not bought it already? Because it gave me a really good excuse. But yeah, I'm really, really happy with the dress. There's a lot of gathering in this dress. I'm not going to deny it, but I think it's absolutely worth it. So have you made the Rhea dress before? Let me know in the comment section if you have. As you know, I am a really big fan of Tammy handmade patterns. I just wish I'd actually tried it on because it was just too oversized for me. So I would definitely recommend, if you are going to make the Rhea dress, that you have a good idea of trying the bodice on before you attach your skirt, just to make sure, because I do think it's a little bit oversized maybe. And yeah, like I say, I've kind of sized down from an 18. I would say probably a 14 is what I should be, but I cut the 12 and then had to do a smaller seam allowance, so probably a 14. So I have downsized 2 sizes on that one. So yeah, but I love it, and that's all that matters. Yeah, so please do go over, check Emma's video out, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye.